Good morning, everybody. I'm Dawn Perkins.
And I'm Daniel Drake. You're watching Live at 11 with Long Beach Local News. So feel free to join our chat and let us know your questions and comments. We'll try our best to respond to as many as we can throughout the show.
And let's begin with our top news stories for this week. Migrant children arrived in Long Beach late last night. The Long Beach community is making an effort towards going green during this week's Earth Day, with Long Beach Transit purchasing 20 electric buses, and Jordan High School team wins third place in a global competition on how to improve community transit. One man was also shot to death near a homeless encampment in Long Beach. And this Saturday, the Long Beach Black Health Community Fair is being held with many activities and healthy resources. So please stay tuned for more on these stories.
Yesterday morning, Mayor Robert Garcia held a press conference at the Long Beach Convention Center to discuss the arrival of migrant children who were detained at the facilities at the U.S.-Mexico border prior to the City of Long Beach's City Council unanimous decision. Late last night, a large group of children arrived at this Long Beach airport before being moved to the convention center. What has been described as a humanitarian mission by Mayor Garcia has sparked significant controversy throughout Long Beach. Those in opposition to the mayor's and city council's decision argue that the city is acting complicitly with human rights violations being committed by the federal government. In Mayor Garcia's speech given yesterday at the press conference, they were quoted saying, "The mission of this center here in Long Beach is quick family reunification," as well as stating that Long Beach has a rich history in welcoming refugees and consistently standing up for immigrants coming in and out of our community. A beautiful thought. But one might ask if the city's decision truly reflects this virtue. We'd like to leave you with this question. Is the mayor and city council able to keep their promises of transparency, accountability, and humanitarian prioritization?
And you know, it's actually something that we might not even understand because this is a federal government issue. This isn't really, I mean, the city is handling it because the government is asking, but
the facility is being run and operated by the HHS, which is a federal organization which limits the jurisdiction of the city government and the mayor's ability and power to make decisions.
Yeah, so it's not even they can't tell us everything that is really going on because they don't have permission. So that's something that is a big concern for us here, you know, in Long Beach and here at the station, is whether we know everything that's going on with these children and whether we can actually help them. And I know that there is a community effort that we can be volunteers, but more on that information, we're not even so sure about that yet because I heard that you submitted an application online. Tell us about that.
I did. I just recently went to our Long Beach City website and found the resource to be able to apply as a volunteer. But it was an interesting process because, you know, you would think, you know, one would be asked, you know, are you bilingual? Do you have experience working with children? Are you having any kind of medical experience, et cetera, et cetera? But this application was so limited to the point where all it asked for was my name, my phone number, and my email. That's it. And I specifically applied because I have, you know, I used to live in South America, I'm bilingual, I have experience working with children. I thought it'd be a good way to get involved, but I'm at this point a little deterred and discouraged to think, you know, are they serious about actually having volunteers come in?
Yes, it's almost as if like they're just taking like a survey. Oh, are you interested? But we don't know if anything's really going to happen with that. I heard there's a disclaimer at the end, but we don't, you know, there's still a lot of information that has to be relayed to the public. And as that progresses, we ask that you let us know all your concerns and anything that you may have think that we have missed in the comments. We'd really like to know what you guys think, and we stand in solidarity with these children and, you know, with
the families involved.
Yes, so we really want to know what you guys think, and we hope that things will come out with transparency to us soon so we could share that with you guys.
So please let us know your questions and concerns, and we will try our best to convey that to the city officials and the federal government agents that we're in correspondence with currently. to hopefully find some kind of resolution and involvement in ways that the city and those that are concerned can, have those fears satisfied and be sure that these children are being taken care of.
And there was a conference yesterday, right? And in that conference, I saw that there were crayons and toys all laid out for these children. But
that is just what we were allowed to show.
So
actually, the press conference itself was really limited. Us here at Long Beach Local News, we were actually not allowed into the building. Though we tried to get footage, cameras were limited inside of the facility, our reports are letting us know. There was a camera pool, so only one camera unit was allowed to go and take the tour with the mayor and Alan Lowenthal, limiting what the public was actually allowed to capture footage-wise and show and depict. So really, though the images are beautiful, I mean the play recreation area was gorgeous with the projections on the wall and the fancy seating and all this stuff. But it's like, what else are we not seeing? I mean, we can't, and the city can't even know because they're not even allowed on the premises at this point.
Yes.
Within limitations, of course, but.
So the show is being directed by those who are running it. So that's just something that we want you guys to keep in mind and to form your own opinions. And
and
stay vigilant and speak out.
And we'd like to, do our best to assure you that we are doing our due diligence and trying our hardest to be as involved and present and holding the city and the federal agents alike accountable for their actions here in Long Beach.
Right. But in other news, in light of Earth Day, Long Beach is going green. Long Beach Transit is spending $22 million on 20 battery electric buses to make efforts toward having a complete zero-emission fleet. The Transit is making efforts to help combat climate change. And Long Beach Transit is actually a nationwide leader in sustainability, being one of the first agencies to buy battery electric buses just 6 years ago.
Also, a huge congratulations to Jordan High School for putting some light on Long Beach by earning third place in the Made to Move Communities Global Student Challenge to develop sustainable solutions to real-world mobility challenges seen in their communities. The student team from Jordan focused on improving the challenges found within the public transportation system during the coronavirus pandemic by reimagining transit bus systems. The team proposed an app to track the number of city bus passengers and identify the best and safest time to ride. The proposal also researched air filtration and purification systems to help riders feel safe and reduce the spread of coronavirus.
That's kind of amazing, actually.
It's a great idea.
I mean, just to think about it, like a year ago, people weren't going to work as much, and that meant a lot of people not taking the bus. So out of fear, I mean, I was really worried for my mom to take the bus because, I didn't want her to get sick or, just accidentally run into the virus somehow. So, but, it's inevitable.
If that's your only form of transportation, it happens to put you in a high-risk situation every time you need to go to the store or go to work or wherever you. I mean, you never know if the bus is going to be full. I mean, until now, thanks to Jordan.
Yes, thankfully. I love that they came up with that app idea. It would have been so much helpful when we were in high school because we used to take the bus. I'm from Renaissance High School, and you're from Poly, so downtown, that's where it's at, where all the kids are always taking the bus to and from school. It would have been so much helpful knowing that there was an app that would tell us how many people are on that bus. And I mean, in light of the whole coronavirus thing, it would be helpful to know how many are on there and what kind of filtration systems are going on. But I mean, I believe Long Beach Transit is doing their best in trying to maintain a safe and healthy environment for their passengers.
And they're collaborating with community partners and kids, the people that use LB Transit. So it's nice to know that a city office and a city organization is actively listening and trying to hear the concerns being voiced by the community who are utilizing their services.
Right.
I mean, that's just heartwarming.
Yes. So staying together as a community and helping each other is really great to see. But also, some saddening news that we're sharing today is focused on our homeless brothers and sisters. On Monday at 2:25 p.m., Long Beach police officers were dispatched to the area of the 710 and 45 freeway at the Los Angeles riverbed regarding a shooting, which resulted in a death of a male adult. When Long Beach police officers arrived, they located a male adult victim near a homeless encampment who was unresponsive with gunshot wounds to the upper torso. And officers immediately began performing life-saving measures. However, the Long Beach Fire Department responded and determined the victim deceased at the scene. No weapons were located at the scene, and the motive for the shooting remains under investigation. The Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner coroner are working to identify the victim and notify the next of kin.
Which, I mean, we are nationally seeing an epidemic, aside from, you know, the pandemic, of gun violence spreading through, I mean, countless communities across the country. And it's just, you know, being from Long Beach and, you know, seeing how much gun violence has really affected our communities and our families here is really, really just disheartening.
Yeah. We just hope that, you know, as a community that we stay together and uplifted and always stay on the lookout, you know, like they say, if you see something, say something, but, you know, always sticking together and making sure that everybody's safe, you know.
Because Long Beach community, though, you know, like we have risks like any community in terms of violence. I think, you know, from my experience here in Long Beach, the community is really, you know, here to advocate for one another. And it's not a matter of being alone in a sticky situation, but of knowing that there's support systems out there that'll help you handle some tough situations when needed.
I mean, we're a huge city. I think we're the second most diverse in the country,
yeah.
But it feels so like close-knit, which is really nice and special about Long Beach. So also, if you have any plans this weekend, make sure that you visit the Long Beach Black Health Fair tomorrow on Saturday, April 24th at the Bethany Church on Avenue.
We'll be there bright and early.
Right, yeah. So we're going to be covering that and showing you what's going on. And also, free Moderna vaccines are available through Long Beach Memorial pharmacists and staff to promote overall well-being and a positive vaccine experience. This fair includes Chick-fil-A, art stations, a domino tournament, and social distance line dancing, and a ton of free resources for adults and children. This event is actually going to begin at 11 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m. And masks are going to be required. But if you need a ride there, a free bus pickup location is available at Scherer Park, Stevenson Elementary, and Atlantic and 15th Street, which is adjacent to Poly High School. This is also an all-inclusive event, and all are welcome to this safe and socially distant fair. This event is hosted by Long Beach Memorial, Craft and Light Studio, Rock Fellowship, and in partnership with the Black Health Equity Collaborative. If you want the vaccine, please pre-register online to receive. Or if you want to learn more about this event, please visit craftandlight.org/LB Black Health Fair. So we hope to see you guys there and promote a safe and healthy community together.
I'm excited to see the community come together and hold an awesome event here after a really, really tough year, especially considering that the Black community has disproportionately been affected by the pandemic, as well as, you know, already systemic issues that have like disadvantaged them within the healthcare and medical services being available to people specifically here in Long Beach as well. However, let's stay connected and informed and keep our community safe. So if you see any news in your neighborhood, call or text us at 562-653-NEWS. That's 562-653-6397. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to tune in next Friday to find out what's new in Long Beach, from community events to breaking news. I'm Daniel Drake.
And I'm Dawn Perkins, and this was your weekly update with Long Beach Local News. Thank you so much for watching.